Hi, this is Martin Van Buren from Getting Stuff Done. What I'm going to show you today is how do we get a pipe underneath a pathway without having to dig up the entire pathway. Let me show you what the problem is that I face here. Check this out. So over here, I've got my MDPE pipe going one way for some connections there. And on the other side, I've got to get across this pathway all the way across to the house there. Now, one option is to take the good old-fashioned jackhammer, cut across there, and that means I'm going to have to cement and clear up all that mess. So I'm going to try and show you another option to do this. Depending on the length that you're trying to go across, you can grab a pipe and you're going to use this as a drill. And what I'm going to do, or you could use something like that. If your pathway is not too long, you can put this underneath, grab a hammer at the other side, something like this, pop it in there, hammer it all the way through. But just remember, whatever you hammered in, once the hole is there, you've got to get this thing back out again. So you don't want to hammer too far that it becomes stuck, or if it's a small path, make sure that you can hammer it back from the other side to get it out again.
Or leave it in the ground to use as a conduit for your pipes.
The option I have, this is not going to do it for me because the length that I'm trying to get across is this length of this entire pipe. That's going to go all the way from this end right across to the house. So what we're going to do is grab a spade and I'm going to dig underneath as far as I can go. So full length spade. I'm all the way into this hole at the moment down there. That's pretty much as far as I'm going to get. Next thing, you grab something like this. You can work it a little bit with that. Get some of the soil out. Dig out as much as you can. The hole that I've made, I'm going to take that. I'm going to shove it into this hole. I'm going to grab a piece of wood on this side. And effectively, I'm going to use this as a drill. I'm going to knock it in this side. I'm not going to go too deep because what I want to do is my soil here is quite clayey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that like a drill, pull it out, and then you're going to see this side is going to be full of sand or soil. Grab some kind of a sharp instrument or something that I can use, and then I can work that out and pull all that clay out. Or if I've got something long enough, like a hole like this, I can put it in the other end, push it through and push that clay out. And then literally, I keep working it like that. Put it back in the same hole that I made before. Grab my wood. The reason I use the wood is because if I just hammer straight on a plastic pipe, that's going to split. That's not going to go very far. So this just sort of spreads that hammering effect across the whole thing and gives it a bit of strength. Make sure I angle it to the direction I want to go. And then I just do that same action again, knock it in there, go as deep as I want to go that I feel comfortable that I can still, but I'm going to have to be able to get this out each time. If you go too deep too quickly, you're going to get stuck, so take it slow, don't rush it. And sometimes you just have to spin it to get it out and pull as you go. For this particular one, my little son, aged 8, had to jump in here with me, give me that last bit of extra strength to be able to pull it for the full distance. We were then able to get all of that clay out, make it all across to the other end. Right, let me show you this now. I'm just going to show you down in the hole here. This is the actual pipe that you can see that we put in it. We've actually gone and filled up the hole quite a bit, but I just wanted to show you how we did this. And then we were able to put in our MDPE pipe going into that through here so that it can go all the way underneath that pipe and come out on the opposite side there. What we ended up doing is we ended up leaving this pipe in because now it's actually coming quite handy because I wanted to add more pipes to this so that I've got my water pipe here, but I'm actually going to add an irrigation pipe underneath here because I want an irrigation pipe with water from a rainwater tank that I can just run for flowers and irrigation over there. On this end, quickly show what we did here, is instead of having to cut out the whole pathway, what we did is we just grabbed the jackhammer and we just cut out the area that we wanted to get into. We knew roughly where that pipe's going to come out, and then we're able to get through there. You can use a jackhammer, you can use a angle grinder, or if you don't have those, you can use a hammer and a chisel. Ours was not too deep, it was only a couple of inches there that we needed to get through, and then we can use the pole to be able to lift out the hard core and get down to the pipe that we need to get to. Right, so let's wrap this up. Okay, so a couple of last tips. is if you are putting pipe or anything through, make sure you leave a cap or something like that, or if your pipes don't have a cap, maybe stick some tape or some plastic over there, give it a wrap, and then you can run it through your pipe, stick it through all the way down to where you need to make your connections, and all there's left for me to do is pull the pipe through that side, make my connection there, and I can make my connection on this side over here. Another good tip to have is maybe leave a pipe, like a gutter pipe or something, underneath that pathway. So if in future you want to run either more pipes through there or anything else, you've got access. It's as easy as that. Have a go. See you next time. Bye. How to get a pipe across a pathway, take 1. Okay, there. So I'm standing here in a hole, and let me show you what the problem is that I'm facing. Check this out. So what we're trying to do here is fall into the hole. How's that?